During cross-examination, what are the typical, common 4 answers that you would expect a witness to give if cross-examination is done properly? You want to know the answer? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. All right, let's say this is a medical malpractice trial, and now there's a witness on the stand. Let's say it's a medical expert. The doctor's attorney has brought in a medical expert to claim, what? That their client did everything right. So now, it's my turn to get up and cross-examine the doctor. If I do cross-examine correctly, what do I want out of cross-examination? Well, a couple of things. I have an agenda. I have a story that I need to tell the jury. And I really only want the doctor to agree or disagree with my statements or my questions. That's it. I never want to give the doctor on the witness stand an opportunity to explain. He will have plenty of time to go ahead and explain when the doctor's attorney gets up there to go ahead and ask him additional questions. So I'm not worried about that. But if cross-examination is done correctly, what are the only 4? There are only 4 answers that the doctor should be answering. You want to know what they are? All right, let's do it. The 4 questions, no, not the 4 questions, it's not Passover. The 4 answers that a doctor should be giving during cross-examination, and there are only 4 options. There can't be more. It's number 1, yes. Number 2, no. Number 3, I don't know. Number 4, I can't answer the question the way you phrased it. That's it. Those are the only 4 responses that I ever want to get from a doctor on the witness stand when I'm cross-examining him. If the doctor goes ahead and begins explaining anything at any point in time, then I have done something wrong. Then I have not asked the right question. Then I have not controlled the witness sufficiently to get the jury to recognize that I'm the one in control of this particular story. I am the one telling the story, and I only want the doctor to either agree or disagree or say he can't answer or he doesn't know the answer. That's it. And there are different strategies to try and control the witness and bring him right back to the same exact question so that he stops playing around. Stops playing around with word games. Doctor, can you answer my question just yes or no? Well, I can't answer the question yes or no. It requires an explanation. And let me tell you what the explanation is. No. I didn't ask you for an explanation, doctor. I just simply want a yes or no answer. Now, I can't come out in the middle of my questioning and try and control the doctor to say only yes or no if I didn't set the ground rules first. And what are the ground rules? All right, the basic ground rules, I'll let you in on a little secret. When I get up to cross-examine the doctor, I'm going to ask him, Doctor, in a few moments I'm going to be asking you a series of questions that call for only yes or no answers. If you can answer yes or no, do you promise to answer only yes or no? And he's got to be reasonable at that point and say yes, of course. Now, there may be times where I ask you a question to which you do not know the answer. And doctor, if you do not know the answer, I don't want you to guess. I simply want you to tell me, hey, listen, I don't know the answer, without giving me an explanation. Can you do that? And again, in order to be reasonable, he will likely say yes. Okay, so what happens then? Then I will say, Doctor, there may come a time where I ask you a question, and you cannot answer the question because of the way I phrased the question. If that occurs, do you promise to tell me that you can't answer the question because of the way I phrased my question and not give me any explanation about why or why you can or can't answer it? Do you promise to do that? Again, he wants to be appear reasonable at this point. We haven't really started any questioning. So now he's going to say yes. All right, so now a little bit further on down the road, I ask him some additional questions. And you know what he does? He doesn't tell me yes or no. He doesn't say, I don't know. He says, Counselor, I can't answer your question the way you phrase it because, and now he begins to explain and tries to explain this long-winded answer. And you know what I do? I say, Doctor, stop. You made me a promise a few moments ago. You told me that if you could not answer the question the way I phrased it, that you would tell me that without giving me any explanation. Did I call for an explanation, doctor? No. All right, so let me ask the question again. And I will continue to ask that question over and over again until he gives me either yes, no, I don't know, or I can't answer the question the way you phrased it. That's it. Fine, I'll ask it a different way. I can ask the same question 5 different ways, 10 different ways, 15, 20 different ways. And you'll find that the best trial attorneys in New York can do the same exact thing. So, What are the 4 key issues? Well, not issues. What are the 4 key answers that a doctor should be able to give you during cross-examination? You already know it. It's either yes, no, I don't know, or I can't answer that question. So why do I share this quick information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight into what actually goes on during cross-examination in a medical malpractice trial in New York. You know, I do recognize you're watching this because you have questions or concerns about your own matter. All right, well, if you do have questions, but you have not yet started a lawsuit and are thinking about bringing a case and still have questions that need to be answered, you know what I'm going to say, right? What I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day, and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at Oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a fantastic day.